Nobody warns you that heartbreak doesn't always happen when someone leaves. Sometimes it begins while they're still there. Nobody tells you that the hardest part isn't losing a person. It's losing the version of yourself that only existed with them. If your heart has ever felt heavy for reasons you couldn't explain, this video is for you. Part 1. Heartbreak doesn't end with goodbye. Movies teach us that heartbreak starts after the breakup. Real life is different. Sometimes your heart breaks slowly. It breaks every time you're ignored. Every promise that's forgotten. Every message left unread. Every moment you realize you're fighting alone. By the time the relationship ends, your heart has already been grieving for months. Part 2. You don't miss them every day. Here's something strange. Some mornings you'll feel perfectly fine. You'll laugh, work normally, forget about them. Then, a random song, a perfume, a coffee shop, a rainy evening, and suddenly, it feels like the breakup happened 5 minutes ago. Healing isn't a straight line. It circles, becoming smaller over time. Part 3. The person you miss isn't always real. Most people don't miss who someone actually was. They miss the memories, the dreams, the future they imagined together. Sometimes we're mourning a fantasy, not reality. The brain edits memories. It removes the painful parts and replays only the beautiful scenes. That's why going back often feels different than remembering. Part 4. Closure isn't something they give you. Many people wait for one final conversation, one perfect apology, one explanation, but life rarely offers neat endings. Sometimes people disappear. Sometimes they lie. Sometimes they move on without explaining anything. Closure begins the day you stop asking why and start asking, what do I deserve now? Part 5. Your body remembers too. Heartbreak isn't only emotional. Your body feels it. You sleep differently. Your appetite changes. Your chest feels heavy. Your energy disappears. Science shows emotional pain activates many of the same brain regions involved in physical pain. That's why people say, my heart actually hurts, because in many ways, it does. Part 6. Healing feels boring. Nobody talks about this. Healing isn't dramatic. It's ordinary. Making breakfast, going for walks, cleaning your room, reading one page, sleeping on time, choosing yourself, again and again. The small things slowly rebuild a life that pain tried to destroy. Part 7. One day you'll notice. One day, you'll hear their name, and your heart won't race. You'll pass the places you once avoided. You'll smile at memories instead of crying over them. Not because you forgot, but because your life finally became bigger than your pain. That's what healing looks like. Quiet, gentle, almost invisible, until one day, you realize you've already crossed the bridge. Heartbreak changes people, but it doesn't have to define them. Every scar teaches the heart how to love wiser. Every goodbye creates space for a future you can't see yet. If you're hurting today, remember this. You survived every difficult day you've ever faced. You'll survive this one too. And someday, the pain you're carrying today will become the strength someone else needs tomorrow. If this video made you feel understood, leave a in the comments. Share this with someone whose heart is quietly healing. And subscribe for more conversations about emotions, psychology, and the parts of life nobody talks about. Remember, sometimes healing isn't about finding the person who completes you. It's about becoming whole again on your own.